Hello guys, it's MasterJakeStudios here.
And Pc4life220.
And today we are collaborating to make a brand new top 10.
So guys, today's top 10 is top 10 most rage quit moments of video games.
It could be a boss, a level, or just a normal enemy.
These moments can really be anything that makes you rage at a video game. So here are the rules. Number 1 rage quit moment of video game series. I mean, the whole list would just be Ninja Gaiden in a top 10 list.
Rule number 2, no rages that are not from the game. So for example, if someone is trolling you on Black Ops 2, we can't add it to the list because it's not a linear part of the actual game itself.
So now that's over, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We've put a lot of dedication and time into this project. So now, starting at number 10.
Oh my god. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. You might be asking, how is this a rage quit moment exactly, if the laugh is only annoying? Well, picture this. You're successfully shooting down ducks, you're owning up the game and you're really proud of your tasks. Then whoops, you just stuffed up and missed a duck. One duck! And suddenly the dog appears out of nowhere and just laughs right in your face. That's just sad. It's not like that one duck that I missed is just going to go up into the sky and summon an entire flock of bomb-dropping parachutists to take over the world. It's nothing like that. This dog literally laughs at your every mistake. It's just enough to make you feel bad, stop playing, and cry in the corner all night. How sadistic.
The Mario Kart series is a great racing series, but it does tend to break strong friendships every once in a while. You'll often find yourself becoming very competitive with other players and trying to become the first place racer. In fact, nothing's better than the golden moment when you finally get to feel the joy of seeing that sign telling you that you're in the first place. Until, of course, that one blue shell hits you. Everyone who has played Mario Kart will have experienced this before. It's not anything major, but at a time where it's at the final lap and you're dying to get a good place, it's just downright devastating and enraging. I hope you guys don't play this game with any close friends, or you might just lose them.
It's called a road, it's called a rainbow road. It is a road that you go.
This next entry is one of the most infamous issues in gaming today. Every gamer knows about it, every gamer hates it. The more sophisticated people call it slow frame rate, gamers call it lag. Lag, as spoken before, is when the game suddenly slows down, either due to slow frame rate or some other problem I have no idea about. And before you guys go all angry video game nerd on me, yes, lag can be considered as part of the game itself. I could go all day on why this is, but I don't want to get too technical. Anyways, like I said before, lag can be used to some players' advantages. First off, some cheeky little jerk can take advantage of another player and perform a kill on them while they are lagging. This happens on many other games including Team Fortress, Battlefield, and the mother of all games, Call of Duty. Players can also perform what is called a lag switch, where they can create artificial lag by doing something disruptive to the server and then kill you once again. Not only is this completely unfair, but it can also frame you as a bad player since you're getting killed so much by some stupid hacker sitting at his computer eating chips all day, when instead you actually are a skilled player. Can anyone spell rage quit?
Hey, I can spell rage quit. Ragequit. Have fun. In a great series like Pokemon, you can expect to play around a bit. Battle with your Pokemon, train, explore, fight, and do some other fun things. One of the greatest, most addictive segments to the series is Battle Frontier in Pokemon Emerald/Platinum. It's challenging, yet an enjoyable and replayable part to the game itself. Suffice to say, nothing seems more annoying in these battles than to be completely, unfairly, to be knocked out by a one-hit KO. That's right, the critical hits, like leg, these come to be the most inappropriate times possible. You can feel confident for a second, hence an overpowered attack happens. And you can do nothing about it except watch and start over. Even if your Pokemon is level 100, these attacks can still dominate your Pokemon. It doesn't require any skill from the other person at all. And it's just kinda unfair, to be honest, and I find it completely rage-inducing.
The Legend of Zelda series is infamous for its dungeons. Every dungeon seems to be different in some form, but not all of the dungeons are exactly good ones. Every platformer in the series seems to have at least one water-themed dungeon, and apart from Skyward Sword, they aren't really that enjoyable. You're probably wondering which water dungeon is the Alright, you already know which one I'm talking about. The Water Temple from Ocarina of Time. What can I say about this temple that is positive? Absolutely nothing. The underwater controls for the N64 Zelda games aren't exactly what you would call immersive compared to Mario 64. In fact, if you want to sink deeper into the temple, then you need to pause the game, switch to your iron boots, then continue. But if you want to float higher in the temple, then you need to, once again, pause the game, switch to your Deku boots, then continue. Now this doesn't happen once. Oh no. It happens for the entire flipping level! And the design. Don't even get me started on the design. Some of the item chests are placed in unbelievably stupid spots. And trust me, you'd expect that for such a hard time to get to a chest, it'd be an awesome weapon or tool. But no, it's just another hookshot. This level was so infuriating that Shigeru Miyamoto himself regrets the design of the whole water temple. Oh, but that's not all. The boss fight at the end just sucks. Morpher, a completely cheap, irritating, and just plain dumb water tentacle thingy, is not memorable in the slightest. In fact, I completely forgot about him until I started writing this script. Is the water temple hard? No. Will it cause several rage quits and a broken N64 controller? Yes. The second you enter this temple, you're in deep trouble.
Really, Jake? Did you really just make that joke?
Yes, can we move on now?
Why, of course. Puzzle games are fun, especially when they require you to use clever tricks or skills, or use your skills at platforming or thinking to move on. Games like Portal or Braid use these aspects so amazingly well, you can literally play for ages and ages and have so much fun. Then there are all the Killjoy puzzles. We won't talk about a specific part for this one, because everyone has their own Killjoy moment. But sometimes, the game can just be a bit lazy and give you a puzzle or a level that requires no skill, and instead just stows around a few cheap enemies, some unfair jumps that you really need to have luck to finish. My personal killjoys that make me really want to stop and think, why am I playing this game, are collectathons. Collectathons are when you're playing a game, and the game stops you every 4 seconds to say, hey, you should go pick up that hidden object or collectible so you can get 100%. I hate that. The game where I find the biggest collectathon ever is Batman Arkham City, where you have to find Riddler's so-called riddles and riddle statues. Even though the game is amazing and fun, that just ruins all the fun for me, and I really do not enjoy it.
My personal killjoy is in the Mario Party series, with those really annoying minigames that only want you to mash down the A button for literally forever until you have won the race, or pulled the opposition into the pit of death or something similar. Many people broke the controller sticks because of this. As a matter of fact, Nintendo had to give out free gaming gloves to the people that broke the controller sticks, and as such, I never really looked forward to Hand Car Havoc or Tug of War. Like the previous entry on this list, number 4 isn't a specific part of the game, but instead a more diverse entry. This time, it's the cheap boss fights of a game. A normal boss fight would normally test your skills at the game's mechanics or controls, and usually would be quite fun, yet fair for the most part. Cheap boss fights, on the other hand, are really just unfair, annoying, and completely rage-inducing battles, with challenges that are so much of a loathsome experience. They either just have impossible to avoid attacks that can make you lose a ton of health in only seconds, or just have unpredictable movement patterns. Two of my least favorite examples unfortunately come from my two favorite games of all time. One of them is Little Horn from Super Meat Boy, and while some people praise this boss fight for being a little bit fun, I have to kind of disagree. Little Horn's attack patterns are just atrocious beyond imagination. You have to keep playing the boss fight over and over again until the pattern gets stuck in your head like a poison arrow made of steel. He slams his head on the arena in random places, and getting squashed is an instant kill. The next example is Monster X from Cave Story. Now, I will admit, it's a great concept, fighting a giant moving tank-like vehicle that shoots stuff. But it's so annoying! The fight is so repetitive, with Monster X constantly moving around, while enemies are shooting at you, with the additional projectiles from the tank, when all you really need to do is just hold down the fire button until the boss is dead. Seriously, developers, this is such a bad way to ruin a game. Some of these fights have even made me lose interest in the game, like Mad World with its cheap shaman battle. Luckily, I got back into the game later on, but really, did they run out of ideas? Did they intentionally do this to tick us all off? Who knows? Maybe next time I'll be battling this giant 6-armed cyborg with lightsabers and missile cannons, while all I have to battle with is a stick. Do you see why this is high up here now? Do you?
Minecraft is such an amazingly crafted game. No pun intended. You have the free will to do whatever you want, despite the fact that there's now a main goal. This main goal requires you to go through 3 different worlds. The standard overworld, which is just like Earth in real life. The end dimension, which is the final world in the game. And the Nether. You see, the Nether is pretty much Minecraft's own version of the Underworld. Half of the entire world is made up of lava, while the rest is just floating islands. In order to navigate the Nether, most of the time you'll probably need to make some long bridge to get to different parts. And if you fall way down into the lava, not only do you die, but your items will burn as well. So you've just fallen in. Say goodbye to your precious diamond pickaxe then.
Also, some of the mobs in the Nether are pretty difficult to defeat. Zombie pigmen are only going to attack you if you attack them, so don't hit one unless you're ready for an entire army of zombified bacon to chase after you.
There are also ghostly-like creatures, known as gas, that fly up and spit fireballs at you. They can easily knock you back, because half of the entire Nether is suspended midair. That means you can accidentally be hit back into the lava if you're too close to the edge, and again lose all your precious items.
And thirdly, if you intend on defeating the final boss of Minecraft, then you need to find a nether fortress. These things appear very rarely, and depending how far you are away from one, they can often require you to make massive bridges that reach all the way to some other location. So if you're not careful, you'll find yourself dead or lost. Even if you have found one, trying to defeat the enemies can get you killed if you're not equipped with the right weapons and armor. And trust me, that is easier said than done. Those blazes are infuriating!
Navigating this place is such a difficult task. Even if you thought creepers were problematic enough, metaphorically and literally, the Nether will definitely turn up the heat.
The Banjo-Kazooie series probably spawned two of the best platformers for the N64. Both Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie were excellent games, both providing a non-linear gaming experience for its players. In both games you had to collect various objects such as notes or jigsaw pieces. However, in the original game, there was an admittedly annoying collectible system where if you died, you would need to collect every single item in the level all over again. Luckily, it wasn't too hard to avoid that, so that was fine. Until the 9th level of the game.
Rusty Bucket Bay has been described as the hardest level in the game for several reasons. First off, the water is contaminated with oil, so you lose oxygen if you swim above the surface. And if you dive underneath, well, you lose oxygen twice as fast.
Secondly, there are so many things here that can easily make you die and have to start over. There are monster pipes, really high scaffolding, oily water, a multiplying crate, and that's only just the beginning. The main reason that this is on the list is because of one thing that everyone that has played this game dreads: the engine room. The engine room is the most infuriating part of the entire game because unlike any other level, there are bottomless pits. And you know what happens when you fall down, right? You start the whole level again and need to collect all the notes and collectibles again. And as if the bottomless pits weren't bad enough, there are constantly rotating platforms that can easily make you fall off if your platforming skills aren't good enough. At the end of the engine room there is a switch in which you hit to get a jiggy, but the jiggy appears outside of the engine room, behind the propellers of the ship. So you have a certain amount of time to hurry the heck out of that dastardly place and get to the propellers before they start back up again. But wait, these propellers are an instant kill if you touch them. They kill you if they're moving, and they kill you even if they aren't. So you need to carefully swim in between the blades to avoid your death. Not to mention that the propellers are underwater, so oxygen is precious here. But wait! If you manage to get the jiggy, the time doesn't stop there. In fact, if you still don't manage to get out of the propellers before the time runs out, they will start back up again with you behind them. So basically, you are trapped, and you have no choice but to just kill yourself, and guess what you need to do again.
We can all understand why this level is loved by many and enjoyed by a few. Probably the only thing that's good about this level is the rather catchy music.
If there's one reason I don't look forward to making an LP of this game, it's because of this level.
But would you believe there's something worse than this? Another part in gaming that will make you rage quit even more than Rusty Bucket Bay.
Hard to believe, yes, but before we get to that, let's recap.
Number 10, that annoying freaking stupid duck hunt dog.
Number 9, the blue shell.
Number 8, lag.
Number 7, critical hits.
Number 6, the water temple.
Number 5, that one puzzle.
Number 4, cheap boss fights.
Number 3, the nether.
Number 2, Rusty Bucket Bay.
And the number 1 most rage quit moments in video game history is...
escort missions. That's right, the number 1 spot on this list goes to escort missions. When you need to guide another NPC to somewhere else in the game. It may seem like an easy task at first, but when there's a constant amount of obstacles and dangers that can even kill the person you need to guide, things can definitely get irritating.
These escort missions are the leading cause of broken gaming consoles in North America. So many great games have these types of tasks, like Saints Row, Grand Theft Auto, and even GoldenEye 007. The fact that your dumb nut in distress can even have a crappy AI, or could even die in one shot, means that you need to be on guard literally every second of the mission.
Not only that, but some of these characters are even liable to slow down the whole pace of the game, because of how slow they can move. This can make them seem a lot less intelligent. I mean, there are enemies everywhere. You should be running, not walking.
Sometimes the NPCs can be really stupid and just be all like, "Oh, sup man, I'm just gonna walk into the middle of your gunfire so I can die." And as a result, you are forced to start the whole mission all over again. Now, if they're just gonna die all the time, then you might as well just shoot them instead.
Even if the guided person has a weapon with them, they still have the mindlessness to keep shooting the same wall. Great idea. That's totally gonna keep you alive, isn't it?
Come on guys, this is the 21st century. We are intelligent enough to give characters better AI. Better AI that won't make the escortees step right in front of me while I'm trying to shoot the enemy. Better AI that won't die in one shot. Better AI that doesn't dawdle around like a Koopa with no legs. Stop doing that, I don't want this!
This has been Pc4life220.
And I am MasterJakeStudios. And
escort missions suck. So everybody watching this video, thanks for watching. It's been a lot of fun working with Jake and just working really with like a partner while doing a top 10. It was really fun. So everyone, please go follow Jake on his Twitter, and everyone